Hey guys, no, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I did attend a few times as as part of the audience, but it's the first time as a speaker here, and I absolutely love what you guys do. So it's an honor to be here in front of the stage and share a bit of our uh, learnings and experiences as we grind into this space. And you're definitely right. Like we started Threedium, I think close to end of 2017. We started as a team of 5 people. We when we began, we had this idea of creating bespoke, immersive commerce solutions, basically for different high-end brands. So we started doing some 3D configurators for super yachts and mega yachts and some automotive companies. And as we continued grinding in the space, we realized that 3D is actually more than just a nice to have tool, but it can really become a key component as the browsers were advancing more and as commerce was becoming a more critical revenue channel for many brands in so many different industries. So we went back into the drawing board. I remember we had a lot of like sleepless nights with pizzas and nachos and chicken wings. And we were trying to brainstorm the idea as to how we can really democratize this immersive commerce solutions that we were building manually to the world, to all the individual creators, to all the e-commerce agencies, to all the brands out there. So we paused what we were doing for a while, and late 2018, early 2019, I can't really remember right now, but that's where we launched our first version of our engine, which, as you can tell, it was pretty bad, but it was the alpha version. So it was starting to take Threedium into this new kind of era where we were becoming more of a platform-based product versus being an agency product. We started training different brands and different e-commerce agencies to use our platform to start building their own configurators, their own 3D viewers, and what have you. Thankfully, we started getting a lot of good traction. We were able to bring down significantly the cost of the budget, if you like, that a brand had to put aside to use our technologies. So we started becoming much more accessible, much more cost efficient for brands and with smaller budgets and in different categories other than just super yachts and automotive. And believe it or not, our first official user of the platform was Sainsbury's, which was like an online grocery store in the UK, and they were using our platform to be able to create 3D and AR viewers for their skincare products. And they're still a client of ours today, so that's pretty phenomenal to think that a skincare company will be the first user to onboard on such platform. Things started picking up from that point onwards. We started getting a lot of requests and users from Shopify, online shops, from Wix. We then started doing some really cool configurators for up and coming sneaker brands and also some up and coming jewelry brands. And it was good, we were finally able to prove to ourselves and then to the world that 3D can be democratized. These solutions can be easily accessible, can be affordable, and can be developed at scale for anybody. As we continue evolving the product, we then decided that we were ready to, take it to the next level, try to make the platform much more user-friendly, much more intuitive, much more low-code, if you like. And we realized that we couldn't do it on our own, so that was the first time we started seeking for investments. And turns out, the investors we were about to look and tried to get on board for our seed round, they were very convinced about 3D being a key component of commerce in the future. So it wasn't very hard for us to get investors excited about this opportunity. And it was kind of a shocking news to us as well, because, at the time, mind you, remember 2019, right? Not a lot of people knew exactly what 3D can do and its powers in e-commerce. You wouldn't really see a lot of things in 3D online. So it was a very unknown territory. But turns out investors do their research, do their due diligence. They are market agnostic. So they could see as well how important this tool can become for commerce and for the brands. So we were able to close our seed round rather faster than what we expected. We raised our first million, and we were able to roll out in the market. We increased the size of our team. We became a team of 15 people. Before we were just 5. And then we started scaling the product. Moving forward towards the end of 2020, that's where we reached a point that we had around 1,000 users on our platform. Which was a mixture of smaller e-commerce shops from Shopify and from Wix and from WooCommerce. But we also had a handful of enterprises such as Mercedes, such as Diageo, such as Farfetch. We were constantly seeing that there's more and more demand for immersive solutions for all sorts of different brands. And at that point, that's where we started thinking, because we always like to do a lot of R&D, and we always like to think a year ahead of where the market is, because that's the only way that you can, innovate as a tech company. We started playing with different gaming functionalities and trying to see how our immersive solutions could not just function nicely within e-commerce and within omni-channel, but we would like them to go into gaming, because we felt that gaming is going to become a critical channel of socializing, of hanging out, of even selling. And you can tell that. If you see the statistics, you see that for the first time ever in 2021, children between the age of 6 to 10, they had more requests on their SaaS list to purchase in-game props versus real-life products. And that shows how gaming and how digital products are developing this new kind of consumer behavior where people are now ready to invest more in digital product ownership versus physical product ownership. So taking these metrics, we again went back to the drawing board, and we started thinking as to how we can apply the 3D technologies and the immersive technologies into gaming and into the metaverse. Again, remember that towards late 2020, not a lot of people were familiar with the name Metaverse. Not even us, So we were just thinking about how we can get this into gaming. And then COVID happened, and I remember we started spending a lot of hours with all these different Web3 key players and other companies doing phenomenal things similar to us. We were hanging out a lot in on Twitter, on different different social channels, also on Clubhouse, and we started brainstorming about the future of commerce, the future of 3D, the future of AR, and that's how the whole notion of Metaverse started to become a critical ingredient into our future strategy. So we started trying to find ways to optimize basically all these 3D assets which we were using on the web for the brands, to make them more metaverse ready, more game engine ready, if you like. And we started playing a bit with integrating those assets into Unreal Engine and into more voxelated worlds. And it worked. Our solutions were able to be integrated nicely. So we started doing a few ad hoc projects with Burberry, also with Diageo, where they were building on Unreal Engine, and then they were using our engine to embed all their 3D and AR viewers and 3D configurations that we typically input onto their e-commerce into this bespoke worlds that they were building for some new product launches that they were rolling out. And that's where we started understanding that we were sitting on something bigger than what we had, which basically would allow our platform to become a portal for each brand out there, and each agency and each individual creator out there to use our platform, digitalize their products into 3D and AR, create all sorts of different experiences, and then in one go choose to distribute them across all these different channels, from e-commerce, from physical channels, and into Metaverse channels. And that's what we keep saying to the brands. Like, using Threedium, you can create your 3D model once, but you can sell it thrice, either as a 3D viewer on e-commerce, so that people can browse it, swirl it, zoom in, zoom out, explore the different textures and details of the product, and then click to add it to their basket and receive it physically. Or the brands could use the same kind of 3D assets to create AR experiences, which they can launch as QR codes into their physical channels or on printed media, so that their users can scan QR codes either through the windows or on printed media magazines, or within different aisles in their physical shops, to trigger different AR experiences of the products, and being able to explore and see the products in different ways and different combinations, or personalized manner in ways that they didn't have the opportunity to do so with physical products, which were live in their stores. And then we also give them the option to fully optimize those assets based on the gaming worlds or Metaverse channels that they wanted to integrate them onto. To those worlds. The first company that actually came in and was sold into the dream, and they started innovating a lot with this, believe it or not, was Diageo. You would have expected that a luxury brand or a fashion brand would have been first, but it was actually a beverage company that did it. And kudos to Diageo, because they have a phenomenal innovation team. So we were able to test this theory of creating the 3D model once and selling it thrice, and it kind of worked. So they were able to minimize a lot their cost of productions, because they were using 3D models, so they could use those 3D models to generate CGI images and videos of their products to embed onto their different marketing channels and also e-commerce. They would use those 3D files to create the 3D viewers on our unlimited engine, so they could publish amazing, very powerful 3D and AR product explorers of their bottles onto e-commerce. But also able to convert those bottles into Metaverse-ready assets, which they then created their first Metaverse bar in Decentraland to basically see how their products would look in the Metaverse. They were selling out quite fast. We had tremendous engagement across all the different channels that they tested. And that was a strong use case, both for them and for us, to go out in the market and start telling the brands that they should definitely start getting their hands dirty into it and start examining our full functionalities of the platform. So after that, it was relatively easy to convince other innovation managers from other brands like Farfetch, like Dior, like Bulgari, like ASICS, to really want to go in and start utilizing their products across all these different channels. And fast forwarding in 2022, we have around 50 enterprises that they have fully integrated our engine into their backend systems, so that their teams are now digitalizing 3D and AR assets, creating all these different immersive solutions for e-com and omnichannel. But they're now also starting to utilize their products to make them metaverse ready. We also have around 3,000 either 3D studios or e-commerce agencies around the world that are also using our platform for the same reasons. And we're also white labeling our engine integrations across marketplaces in the Web2, such as GoDaddy and New Order, to allow their users and their ecosystems to have full functionality of 3D and convert their images into 3D models, create 3D and AR viewers, and embed them within their pages on GoDaddy ecosystem or New Order ecosystem. We have around, as we speak, in 2022, we already published more than 25,000 immersive commerce solutions across e-commerce and the metaverse. And as of last week, we held the world metaverse record for publishing 110 wearables within 48 hours to be submitted into Decentraland for avatars to start using them. So, everything is pretty surreal. We're growing quite a lot by the day. We're doing a lot of R&D. We want to be forward thinkers and try to understand how the market is going to shape up, so we can keep building tools and features that can really empower interoperability and creativity, if you like. Our goal remains to constantly be able to democratize all these immersive tools and 3D components to our users, to the brands, to the agencies. But at the same time, we want to continue to see how digital twins, how our distribution systems, how blockchain and big data can all be tied together to be able to build robust meta commerce channels where we allow the brands to use digital assets to transact with customers simultaneously across different channels, collect important data around physical users and avatar users that will allow them to compose more robust strategies commercially, and at the same time using the blockchain to allow holders to have a much more stronger sense of ownership and authenticity, but also to certify the provenance and the authenticity from all these digital wearables from the brands. It's not an easy task. Nobody knows exactly where the whole place is going. Every week we wake up and we're like, what the heck is going to happen this week? But we're fostering this culture of collaboration, of mutual research, of constantly being receptive to feedback. We work with a lot of even competitors of ours to be able to understand the standards and where the whole commerce space is going to evolve to go. And we're also seeing the brands showing tremendous dedication and passion to work with us and continue pushing the boundaries to help them, further enhance their digital commerce strategy and their meta commerce strategy. What I'm saying today and what we're thinking today is probably going to change a lot by next year, because every other month, there's always something new coming up. There's always a new feature that we never thought that could come up, but it's coming up and it's changing the game. So the most important thing now is everybody to keep having this excitement around Web3 and around the metaverse, understanding that this is same as the early days of Web2, and that metaverse is nothing else but just a social commerce environment, basically, which is going to be much more funkier, much more realistic, much more tangible versus the boring old static, Instagrams and Facebooks of the world where we're just scrolling screens and you're seeing videos and images. I don't want to bore you more with our story. I just wanted to give you like a nice end-to-end prospect from where we were and where we are and how we're thinking of doing. But I would like to make this like an open Q&A conversation, knowing that we only have another 30 minutes to answer any of your questions, answer any of your queries, and even discuss some of your ideas, you know?
Awesome, thanks. So if you have questions, just use your emoji, hand over your head. I'll put you on megaphone so everyone can hear you. Sergio, give me just a minute and I'll get you turned on. Let's see.
Yes, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Great. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. I was wondering, how do you position Threedium between all the other tools and platforms? Can you describe like a pipeline or like a use case, how you went from a big idea to actually delivering the content for a brand or for a user?
Yeah. So we have a bit of an and build the internet. So we are looking to create, to open basically the functionalities of interoperabilities of 3D assets and 3D experiences, but also provide the different stakeholders with the ability to distribute and host all these different solutions seamlessly across the different channels and without having to bear immense hosting fees. So everything we do it with this mission to really empower the build of the new 3D internet. So how we try to position ourselves, especially to make it a no-brainer for the brands that are not so agnostic about what we're doing, is that we tell them that we appear a bit as a portal that navigates brands from their static Web 2 commerce experiences into a portal that will take them into making their e-commerce and physical channels much more immersive, but at the same time allow them to walk into the Web3 with minimum complexities and not too many middlemen in the process. Right now, a big problem for a lot of the brands is that they constantly need to use so many different platforms and navigate across so many different platforms for creating 3D, for deploying 3D, for using 3D in so many different ways. They then have to find ways to choose from which platforms they need to go and mint those 3D assets in case they want to add authenticity or authentication, or just mint them to make them ready for different NFT marketplaces. And they also have no freaking clue how to get those assets into the metaverse. So we try to provide this end-to-end channel for them that does everything. And all they need to do is just train their teams to be able to work into the platform. What we do is that we amass the market with key blockchain partners. We work very closely with Palm. We work very closely with Boson, with Immutable X, also embedding Polkadot and Polygon into our platform so that the brands can choose on which blockchains they would like to mint those digital assets. And we also work with a lot of external partners around Tryon, AR Tryon, so that the brands can choose where and how they would like to use their 3D assets to create Tryon experiences as well. And in this way, everything ties nicely for the brands. It makes the whole process very fast, very efficient. It reduces all that friction of having to constantly research and find different players to use your assets. it gives them much more autonomy to asset manage their 3D and AR product. Yeah, it's just a much more stupid simple way, if you like, for the brands to work at scale with 3D and AR.
Okay, thank you. It's clear.
Is Solana also going to be an option?
Look, personally, I'm very skeptical about Solana for various reasons. But we never shut down basically the opportunity to use different blockchains, whether it's going to be layer 1 or layer 2, if the brands and if the market wants them. For the time being, believe it or not, we had 0 requests for anyone to mint on their digital assets on Solana. So we are not actively pursuing any partnerships with them. But for instance, we did have brands coming to us asking if they can use Flow Tezos. So we are in talks with Flow and Tezos to also embed the option for brands to use those blockchains for minting their digital twins.
Cool.
Cool. I think.
So-
Thank you. I think Dax has a question.
Yep. Hello.
And you're on megaphone, Dax.
Thank you. Very exciting stuff. Sounds really interesting. A team and myself, we've been preparing for the Metaverse Fashion Week, and as part of the next top meta model, we've created a series of catwalks in 3D. So we're looking at this thinking, okay, we've done something great. We've got these 3D assets that we are using in Decentraland. And of course, this is something that we could easily make available for other platforms. So can you explain to me how would Threedium play in this scenario, or how would we have experience in Threedium if we have this something available, sell them online or do something with it?
Yeah.
What are the possibilities?
Yeah, I love that. So I'm guessing all your assets right now are following the Decentraland 3D guidelines, right? Being a bit more low poly, 2 textures, less than 1,500 triangles, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So what Threedium could do, for instance, is that once you sign up onto the platform, you can submit your files so that, and this is a bit more manual yet, but we're looking to automatically bring this conversion. But basically, our team will convert those files for you into web-ready 3D files, which you can then, you will find automatically uploaded onto the platform. And using those 3D files, you will then be able to create all sorts of different 3D and AR experiences within Unlimited 3D. And you will be able to publish very easily in some real world functionalities. You can also publish all your experiences into URLs, so you can also distribute them across in a URL manner through any kind of channel you want, and it gives you full ability to take these 3D and AR assets and use them anywhere you want. So you will already have the digital assets for tech. You don't need to do anything else about that. But automatically, you just have the ability to start selling and displaying these 3D files in much more photorealistic manners across the other channels. And the opposite would have happened if a brand or you guys came to us with Web3 ready files, so you would still be able to upload them onto the platform, create all these different experiences across the channels. And if you wanted them to be Metaverse ready, our team will manually compress them for you, re-upload them back into your project, into your solutions, so you can then take them and use them into Decentraland or in any other Metaverse world that you have instructed the team to re-optimize them for. By the end of 2022, we are trying to allow this conversion system, this conversion cloud that we have, to make it readily available for you guys, so you can also do that automatically.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't have anyone else in the queue with questions at the moment.
Do you guys want to discuss a bit more about the Metaverse Fashion Week?
Yes.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Do you guys have any questions about that, or how would you like to play that?
Are there multiple shows? I know, can you tell us how many days Metaverse Fashion Week will be?
Yeah. So openly and to the public, it's been communicated that the Fashion Week is officially going to take place between the 24th until the 27th of March. And there's going to be 3 main plazas within Decentraland that are going to be hosting all the brands and all the wearables that are going to be officially part of the Fashion Week. It's going to be Decentraland's Fashion District. It's going to be Boson's portal, and we're going to have the Threedium Plaza. Each of these areas is going to be connected with portals, so the avatars can easily navigate between the portals at any time. And each different plaza is going to have its own unique brands, which is going to be a mixture of luxury brands, of streetwear, and you'll also be surprised with some other, also some NFT collections are going to come with wearables. But you're going to be also surprised that some automotive brands are going to come in with their own surprises.
If you get a chance, if you Google next top meta model, I think it's the first hit on Google. You'll find it in Twitter. There's a lot of original wearables that have been giving away as prizes. And we're basically asking people to go check it out, take a photo, take a selfie, submit it, and from there we'll pick the best meta model ever. Sorry.
Nice.
Nice. We have a DJ and an event at the end of the Fashion Week on Sunday. So if you get a chance, check it out.
Dude,
Thanks,
ping me also on LinkedIn or whatever. So if we can also promote and announce what you guys are doing, so we can send people there, let me know.
Cool. Contact offline. Cheers.
Awesome.
AJ,
that actually,
you have a megaphone. Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, I was just saying, so basically you were talking about Decentraland and all that, so what you're saying to me is invest in it, right?
No, this is not a financial advice. But
Nah,
look,
no, I'm just joking, but it sounds nice, because, I mean, I already have money in Decentraland, but now Decentraland's actually kicking off.
Look, I think those guys are doing all the right moves in trying to make it seem simple for the traditional brands and the Web2 brands to understand how to go into the metaverse. Because by replicating existing real life events that people are acquainted with into the metaverse, it's an easy way to get people in and set some sort of provenance as to what they should expect to be doing, so they're not that afraid. And it's also kind of enticing for them to go and explore what the heck is this Metaverse Fashion Week, But probably, there's so many interesting metaverse worlds out there. One of them that I'm really bullish about is NFT worlds. Also, Somnium is really, really good. Sandbox, there's mixed feedback, but they're getting critical attention from the brands, so they might be doing something good. They're also well funded. In my own opinion, I think the metaverse that is going to prevail has not yet been developed. Probably it's going to come in the next 2, 3, 5 years. All these guys now they're testing, they're learning. Some of them are going to go out of business. Some of them are going to amass a critical market share. But I think the one that is really going to stand out, it's going to come later on. I think that I'm very confused about is the fact that a lot of metaverse worlds are now being built on Unreal Engine, and all of them are going to have more or less the same kind of graphics. So I don't know how all these people building on Unity or Unreal Engine are going to be able to differentiate themselves. But we'll see. We'll see how it's going to shape up.
Cool. Thanks for that answer. Does anyone else in the audience have questions about either Threedium or Metaverse Fashion Week? We can also move to general chatting if you guys would like to deal with each other. We can do that too.
Awesome.
Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. I see a question back there from Jean-Luc. Let me give you a megaphone.
Hey, so it wasn't so much a question focused to Threedium. I noticed you opened it up to general conversation. So I just wanted to ask, is there any chance that I could speak with one of you guys about doing a presentation myself?
Yeah, you'll want to connect with
For these
Daniel.
meetups.
Yeah, for these meetups.
Sure.
Yeah, you'll want to on LinkedIn
Are
probably.
Are you in the LinkedIn group, the Metaverse Exploring group?
I am not.
Right. So yeah, you can reach out to if you're a LinkedIn user, you can reach out to me, Daniel van der Waals, and you can find our group.
Could you repeat that last name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, van der Waals, WAALS.
Got you. Okay.
All right, and you can find our group on LinkedIn. Just type in Metaverse Exploring.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Daniel, tell them about the Discord too. This may be more of a Discord group.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so basically we also have a Discord, Your Open Metaverse. So if you find, just Google. We also have our admin here, Melos. So just Google Discord or Open Metaverse, and you can also get in touch.
Awesome. Thank you.
So I also had a question. Yeah, I was working with the camera a lot, but so maybe I've missed some parts of your presentation. So your low code, Threedium is a low code / no code engine, right? Is that so that also means like 3D modeling, like creating like wearables or assets to put into the metaverse?
Correct. So if a brand or an agency or individual creator, they do not have any ability to 3D model, or if they only work with high poly models and they need to have web-ready 3D models, then our engine can allow you to compress them and make them available for the web. So you can compress them to low poly by compressing the textures, the triangles, the mesh size without affecting the photorealism. So typically whatever is inputted needs to come out as the same output as a look and feel. But also we're partnering with multiple 3D studios, which we have vetted. So we usually bring them in different projects, in different, once we onboard massive brands, let's say like 3D, so that they can 3D model all of their products, upload them onto the platform, so that Fendi can then start utilizing their 3D and AR models across the different channels.
Really, really cool. So can we just go to like 3Dium .co.uk, right? And then can we just like start using your game engine?
Threedium.co.uk is the website's it's the group company's main website, which we're also gonna choose very, very soon. But because we've been so busy, we left that atrocious site still there. A new version is coming out soon. but the product website is called unlimited3d.com.
All right, gotcha.
And that's where you can sign up.
Unlimited3d.com.
Correct. Yes.
Cool. I will check it out.
Absolutely. We, as I said, every 6 months the product becomes even more and more powerful as we amass more experience, more feedback from users. But the end goal is to be able to create this super autonomous end-to-end portal for anyone to be able to create their own digital brands, their own digital experience anywhere.
It's pretty cool. I'm going to tell a couple of my friends about it that work in the fragrance industry, and they've been looking to get into e-commerce.
Absolutely. I mean, our goal is to allow basically even students or people that are just hanging in the university and they have this cool idea that they want to build their next artifact to be able to come and do it. Right? They can come, ask for 3D modelers to create their models, or choose from existing 3D models, upload them, reskin them, design them, put them on their own e-commerce pages, create their own different immersive experiences, get people excited to click to buy their products, but also have them ready for the metaverse so they can start publishing them on different metaverse worlds and start selling there as well. So with one engine, they can really, build a $1 million or $1 billion company.
I have a question. Do you have a token, or will you do any decentralized social?
Actually, yes. I'm not allowed to say too many things about it. But as part of our strategy to really the supply chain of the metaverse, if you like, we are looking to launch our own token that is going to give you tremendous interoperability in how you can use one token to create 3D models, to use our platform and distribute different assets and different experiences, but also convert it straight away effortlessly with the different tokens from different metaverse worlds. So you don't always have to go and top up and exchange ETH into mana or sand or what have you. It's early days, so I really can't say a lot, but kudos for being able to spot where the trends are going. And I'm a massive fan of tokenization. I feel everything in the future is going to be tokenized. So we're doing a lot of R&D and we're spending a lot of hours within the tokenomics.
Awesome. Very cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
You guys are very cool.
I got a question. Can you hear me?
Let me get you a microphone up there. Was it Dano Abe? That you who has the question?
Me. Is there a microphone?
I'll for a minute.
All right. Do I have to hold the microphone?
You don't have to hold it. You just have to accept it. I think you're on now. There we go.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. I just got here now, so I probably missed out the whole beginning. You might have spoken about this before. But my question is this the Metaverse also? Or is the Metaverse a specific company that's apart from this?
You mean where we are right now, or?
Yeah. Is this considered the Metaverse?
I think Daniel, you have an answer now?
Yeah, well, I think we're in a stage that the building blocks of the metaverse, the experience, to my opinion, we're experiencing one of the building blocks, these kinds of virtual worlds where you meet up as avatars. That's a part. How I see the metaverse is an interconnected network of all persistent virtual worlds. Next is the internet. Yeah.
So there won't be one big program called the Metaverse where we go in. right? As
No.
opposed to this one that we're in right now. This whole thing is the
It's
metaverse.
like, yeah, so basically how like a easy like how I see it is like the internet as we know it now. It consists of all these 2D experiences, all these 2D websites, where you can and like the metaverse is like a 3D version of the internet. So like a network of all these
Gotcha.
3D
And you
experiences.
guys,
Yeah.
and you guys all work for Meta?
No, the metaverse was a concept that was before Meta. So it's good to clear this out. Facebook didn't invent the metaverse concept.
Right.
So it's just another company working on the metaverse.
They're piggybacking on the notion. But
Exactly.
I also have an idea on that. Like a lot of people also from the brands are asking us, like, metaverse this and metaverse that, and what is metaverse? The truth is the metaverse can be whatever you want it to be, and you can be whoever you want to be in the metaverse. If you think about it, we constantly immerse ourselves into devices. Even the time that you log out from your surroundings and you go into your mobile screen and you start checking your news, you're also in the metaverse because you really zone out from your physical surroundings and you're closing down into your digital realm, whatever that realm is. But it's yours. It's your time, your personal time, and you're either educating yourself or building your digital identity on Instagram or Twitter. However, how we perceive the metaverse now is that we have this the way that browsers are evolving, 5G coming to life, blockchain being able to allow us finally to own digital goods and digital assets, really gives us this first class opportunity to go and, as Daniel mentioned, to build a 3D metaverse, basically, where we can actually go and hang around and meet people and have our avatars and make them interoperable. So whatever we do in one metaverse world, we can go to a different metaverse world. This is the whole notion of the metaverse, is basically to be able to build a more 3D social experience that really does not narrow you down as to what you can do. And right now we have social media where we've got TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat, and all those things gives you a different way of socializing and represents a different element of your site and caters different needs of your cognitive, social demands. So will different metaverse worlds. You're going to have, let's say, Decentraland, which is trying to be a bit more close to real life, but giving you all the metaverse ingredients to be whoever you want to be. You've got Sandbox that gives you more gamified experience in the metaverse. And you've got, crypto voxels or NFT worlds that they give you a way to be able to, join different games, win rewards, being able to conquer the world, because you're much more of you have much more of a gamified kind of desire. The most important thing to understand about the metaverse is that the metaverse is more the notion of the metaverse, and so not the technical things that are responded, but the notion of the metaverse is basically an era. Is the era where humans are finally able to spend $1, $100, $1,000 in owning digital goods, and that's where we basically reach the point that people are ready to spend and own and place equal value of ownership in goods, and create different of two different economies where brands and users can spend their time, generate money, being rewarded, creating digital identities, creating physical identities. And as we continue to evolve, these two different worlds are going to collide, creating a mixed reality. So eventually, you're going to be able to bring your digital ownerships into your physical world, but you can take your physical ownership into the digital world. And that's where the whole thing is going to grow and blow up and become a world with no boundaries, basically, in terms of socializing and what you can create and what you can build and what you can reward yourselves with.
I love that. Great, great view.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we are coming up on the hour. Are there any last questions for Mike, the CEO of Threedium? Well, if we can, if you go ahead.
Yeah, maybe it's a cool idea to make a group selfie. Maybe like get everyone on the stage. Is that something that's cool? Unless
Yeah,
Alchemist has another question, I don't know.
No, I'm trying to ask a question.
Right.
Sorry, I just joined the group. I don't know how.
Oh, sure, no worries.
Okay, let me give him a microphone. Hold on. That's Alchemist.
How do I use the microphone?
I'm gonna turn it up for you so everyone can hear. Okay, we should be able to hear you now.
So I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a house music DJ. I play Afro house, deep house, techno music, and I'm looking for ways. to use virtual reality and stuff like this to build my audience or throw a party inside of it. I'm just discovering all of this right now. So I don't know, because I heard a lot of things that you're talking about and it's interesting. Especially for someone like me in this part of the world. And something that I'm looking into and I would love to be part of. So I don't know how to go about things like that. I don't know. Because can someone fill me in?
Pixel next. The group from last week.
Yeah, Pixelinks. Pixelinks.
Yeah, Pixelinks. It would be great for you to check out.
Can
I
I
have something to say on that note.
Oh, and then here, do we want to do our selfie so we can let Mike go at 9, and then Daniel and I can answer some more questions?
Yeah, that would be great because I really have a hard stop. They're gonna be chasing.
Okay, let's go. Let's go on the stage, everyone.
Yay!
Awesome, right?
I think they might block stage.
Wait. Let me see.
We'll let you on in just a moment. We'll
Okay, yes, you can go on the stage.
Just a second about that, okay?
Awesome. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have the cameraman there. So you want to go on the stage for some people? Maybe they're shy.
Or they're not here.
Okay, one sec. All right. Okay. So are you guys? You can all stand next to Mike. Yes. Awesome.
Yes.
I think we
We're
need to be a little bit closer, so not
There's
too
no
much on
gravity in
the
Metaverse.
sides of the stage. All right. There we go. Selfie time. Cheese.
Yay!